They said, sometimes in the boardrooms, the game of statistics works, and Aam Aadmi Party has very cunningly put this artificial statistics in the public that their educational model is very good. And they have chosen this over the fundamental right of education. I'll give you one example. In year 2017-18, the academic year 2017-18, 42,503 students failed this class 10th of Delhi government school. Only 3,812 students were readmitted. 38,691 students were thrown out of the educational system and they were forced to go to open schooling. So they chose artificial statistics over the fundamental right of education. They have put the students permanently in darkness. Their fates has been sealed because Arvind Kejriwal government and his stooge wanted to show that Delhi is a good model, which is absolutely wrong. There is a report of Wire whereby they quote one Miss Ilma, a Muslim girl who was thrown out of the academic year 2020 from Delhi school, as along the other students who were thrown out. 827 students were thrown out that year from the 10th standard itself. And her parents forced her to get married. So her future was sealed. Now, this is the state of Delhi government in their school where students
Would you say, Vinit, tell me one thing. Would you say that the state of education in the national capital is the worst? Would you say the state of government education in the national capital is the worst in India?
Anybody who understands the data will tell that this is worse, because all these decades, any government, forget about Bharatiya Janata Party, Narendra Modi's government, any government was trying to give education to the children. There were night schools been opened by some government, not by my government, but they were trying this. Midday meals were given. We are trying to give fortified rice to students so that they can come to school. Their education will create future for all of us. But here, year on year, and let me give you one more data, 943 students were redeemed, whereas 9,623 students were out of the year 2017 from class 12. Now I've been giving you 12th, 10th data, 12th data. If you permit me for an hour, I can give you all the years how they're stored.
But you know,
1,600,000 students. Mind it, just give me 30 seconds. Yeah. 1 lakh students were thrown out of the formal educational system of Delhi government. If I'm wrong, they can file a case against me. This is an RTI data provided by their own government.
Shalini.
And what is this? Yeah. So let me respond to what Captain Shalini said, and Ravi Gupta ji said that the statistics has come out from somewhere. So let me bring to your attention, and your audience can take a pen and write it. It is on 1st February 2019, Times of India, and I'm sure they would agree that it's a respectable paper. In case they have a doubt on the paper, then they can go and challenge it somewhere. Which wrote about academic year 2017-18, which mentioned in its first paragraph itself, 52,582 students were readmitted after they failed, but 1,02,854 students were not given admission. Where have they gone? And Mr. Ravi and Ms. Shalini, if you know that I don't talk without papers, so don't ever try to point out that their figures are wrong. Number one. Number two, the tenders were of 5 lakh rupees, but 33 lakh rupees were paid per classroom. What is this Gotala? They have to come out and tell. Deputy Chief Minister Shishodhya does a PowerPoint presentation on equitable distribution of liquor. Shameless fellow does a presentation on equitable distribution of liquor, but never did a PPT or a PowerPoint presentation on how do you give education to people. My leader of opposition in Delhi, Mr. Bududi, has said that 24,000 posts are lying vacant for teachers in Delhi schools itself. If it is wrong, please let us know. 22,000 contractual teachers have been waiting for over 5 years to get permanent. It's not about the Lieutenant General or individual there. It's about the corruption done by Arvind Kejriwal government. It's the false which he has been narrated. Now, is it true or not that 745 schools out of 1,027, almost 70% of the schools don't have science and commerce in Delhi government? It's truth. Everybody can see that. You cannot just paint some color on a wall and say,